Okay, YouTube, we're back at it again. This time with more exhaust modifications, and this time it's going to be on a KLX 110 pit bike. For all my pit bike guys out there, I love riding them. I want to show you guys how to make an exhaust just like this out of your stock one. And the theory and design that I'm going on here, guys, comes from something you might be familiar with. This is a very household name. I think that everybody watching this video has either seen one, owned one, used one, or something at one way or another. I mean, this stuff is everywhere, right? And all this is a can holding this fiberglass packing. This is what's inside of there, a perforated tube, hollow, all the way to the end. So I'm just going to base my design off of this on here. So first we're going to start at the head of this exhaust pipe, and this is something a lot of you might be familiar with already as the KLX 110 stock exhaust mod. And this hole right here is smaller than the exit from the engine. And what we want to do is drill that out larger. And I'm going to leave that up to you guys to decide how large you want to drill that. But I personally am going to drill this one to 7/8 inch. And that's going to... Okay guys, brain fart there. This should actually be a 5/8 hole, not 7/8. We finished drilling out the head pipe, but we're ready to get into the meat of her. Let's go, guys. So I'm gonna make my first cut right here along the seam of the stock weld. Just gonna put a small reference mark, and that looks good to me. See here, you guys, what's blocking the exhaust inside on the stock can? I mean, how is any exhaust supposed to get past that? Let's go ahead and open it up some more. I'll get that piece out and I'll show you guys what it looks like. It's just unbelievable. Okay, next we're going to remove the spark arrestor. Oh boy! Oh yeah, she's in there. It's been a few years. And this is your spark arrestor. That's not so bad, but I mean the exhaust does go straight into a plate. One might think that once you cut a hole here and cut a hole here that the baffle will fall out. One would be wrong too. Well, you can see a weld here. Let's make a mark. You can see another weld here. Make a mark. And I bet you know what we're gonna do here on the third weld. Next, we're going to take an automatic punch, or whatever punch you prefer. We're going to make a little dimple so that we can easily get our drill bit in there. And now we set the rocket tube up like this and smash out that baffle. Here we can see exactly what this baffle is doing. And what you can see here is the exhaust is coming this direction, is entering these holes here and exiting these holes. Then we'll exit later down through the spark arrestor. Well, I know that there's a lot of opinions as far as back pressure and stuff like that with these exhaust systems. And you know, all I can tell you is look at what other big name manufacturers are doing. Okay, so what I've gone ahead and done is cut some perforated metal, and these are 1/16 inch holes. And I just rolled it into a tube, just like this one. Looks pretty similar, huh? I'm gonna put it on this tube right here. And now it's coming together. So to make sure it stays round, I take a 1-inch tube and I slide this on it. Now I can place the clamp with very light pressure. We don't want to squish it. Just want to make sure that that seam meets and we can tack it together. All right. Okay, our 1-inch perforated tube is all done, welded up. And this is all it takes, guys, just a few little tacks around the ends, and if possible, a little micro weld along the seam to hold these together in a circle. And next, we're gonna start hacking up this thing. We're gonna cut it right here. We're gonna bend this thing into a cone shape so it'll fit into this without a plate here, obviously. Okay, now what we're gonna do is take these 3 little pieces of metal that are in there holding this thing as a circle previously. We're gonna weld them together into that cone shape right there. And that's gonna give us the ability to fold this around into the cone shape that we need to fit in here like so. Wow. Well, she ain't beautiful, boys. She ain't the first pick of the bunch. But hey, it's gonna get the job done, huh? Alright. Now this is just gonna insert into that cone. Perfect. Alright, we got the core in there. I got it positioned where I want it. I'm gonna go ahead and make my last welds in there to hold this in place. And then I'll go ahead and close up these holes that I made to remove the baffle. All right, now it's time to shorten up our core here. Got my spark arrestor held in place. Gonna make my cut right there and then weld the can on. Well, it ain't perfect, but good enough for the girls I go out with, huh? So I have 4-stroke packing here. This is a standard fiberglass packing that You know, you can use this in any muffler, really. It doesn't have to be a dirt bike or anything like that. And this is all you're really going to need to pack your KLX 110 muffler. They include all of this to pack a large full-size bike muffler. And you can see the price here. It's pretty cheap, $11. And it is worth a few horsepower if you do need it. And we're going to go ahead. The perforated core stops about right here. And that is so we can fit this. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this sheet somewhere around probably right here and start packing it.
One eternity later.
Wow, that really took a long time, and that was not the easiest repack I've ever done by far. So I hope you guys can see in there. It's packed. I have it recessed a little bit right here. That's just to fit the spark arrestor here. So let's give it a little test fit. Ooh. 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 Wow. I don't know what would be the maximum displacement that this type of exhaust system could support. I would assume anything from 50 cc up to, I would say, a 143 kit. That's probably the max I would put this on. I think anything 155 or above is probably going to need a larger exit. You can still see here this stock exit is pretty small, and I think if you're 155 cc and above, probably need something maybe even twice that big. And I think for the stock class, I think this is something pretty appealing to the stock class guys, and just an all-around enthusiast that just wants to get their hands dirty, has a welder, or just wants to try this before buying an aftermarket system. And I'm telling you, the gains are going to be pretty similar. I can tell you from experience, this is not the first system I've done like this, and it seems to give pretty good gains, especially off the bottom and with throttle response. So as soon as I'm done tightening this up, I'm going to go install it and play a sound clip for you guys.